Hello and welcome back to my program's dev stream of RP-1, where I think last night I was trying to do SunSync with this. So let's try again. Let's try that. And that's back to being V-scaled properly. Cool. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. We're stuck. Why are we stuck? Oh, because of the V-scale. Would you look at that? We did it. Except, oh no, I think the inclination was too low. I think it was actually supposed to be higher. Well, I'm going to count that as being done, because I think I misread it before. Anyway. Okay. We now never have to worry about that stupid thing again. Oh, they all have their proficiency training. Okay. Now we have an awful lot of idle engineers, which we can go ahead and pull entirely out of here and then put them in the hangar. Now I need to fix the orientation. Oh, no, I don't think Al has actually fixed it yet. Maybe? Looks like maybe. I think I forgot to pull that repo. Okay, that will now take a while to build. Okay, there's all of you. And I'm going to go ahead and dismantle this launch complex, which saves us some money. Okay. Now let's go ahead and complete. Oh, except actually. Yeah, okay. Now we have many options. We could take this, but I'm not going to do it. It's a trap. Com network shouldn't be online until you... Okay. The question is, do I want to start this gravy train now, or do I want to wait a little bit and get the early lunar probes thing? How confident am I that I can perform the first docking in 7 years? I think I can do that. Pretty sure I can do that. Especially with the funding that it's going to give me. Yeah, I feel like it's a no-brainer to take this and then take early lunar probes as soon as the X-plane finishes. Okay, that is a substantial budget. So let's hire some more researchers. Or let's not, because I need to be able to unlock expensive engines, which means waiting a couple months. Oh, I do need to check what whether this is set to high altitude flight or to yeah, wrong one. right one. All right. Let me um, to make an atlas pad. And what was the all-up mass of, let's see, Atlas 10B, 110 tons. And nothing else will be, no other Atlas that I want to launch will be lighter than that. Yeah, Squirrel, I'm going to try doing an Atlas this time. Probably won't do balloon tanks, which will kill my performance a good bit. But I also won't do it as I'll do it. It's an R7 Atlas, basically, with decoupleable boosters instead of the single main tank. Also, Squirrel, I rebased, so hope you didn't make your PR yet. Okay, so this definitely has some upgrade potential. Yeah, I know the feeling. Work does tend to eat days. And how tall was Atlas LV3C? Let's see. 34 meters. With an Agena, it was 31 meters. That makes sense. SLV3C was up to 40 meters with the long fairing. So I'll do 40 meters. That will give me stretch room. Okay. Yeah, that makes almost no difference, so we might as well leave it at 8 meters. And I'm going to straight up make it human rated. It will take twice as long to build, but wonder why it says construction. How do I not have any construction engineers? That's weird. Yes, the maintenance cost is going to be rather higher for this, but so if my past campaign is anything to go by, I will definitely be flying enough regular missions that it's not at all clear that I want to make everything human rated. Hmm. Yeah, I really like the Titans I was flying before. So let me check one thing. Yeah. Um, why not? I'll try making Atlas this time. This will be our light Atlas pad. Yeah, that makes no difference. Okay. Not human rated. All these things. All right. Seems fine. Free for construction 0. Oh, it's because I already stuck them in that pad. That's why. $145 days to complete that. And what if I were to start that upgrading? It's going to take 576 days. And how much is it going to cost? Quite a lot. Squirrel, that sounds super weird. I have no idea why it's taking 360 days to build. I mean, 402 funds, that sounds like it's about 4x the build points of a boosted whack corporal. With less than double the engineers. So starting at basically an eighth of full efficiency, that doesn't sound that far off. 360 sounds a little long, but not too far off. Okay, I'm going to build that first. And I think that's everything. I also want to know how much this thing costs. More than I can afford. $80K and 20, okay, 103. So yeah, it'll be about 2 months before I can afford it. Yeah, see how long a whack corporal takes. And remember that it's not actually going to take that long because your efficiency is going to be increasing. Like save first, warp until it's complete, and see how long it actually takes. Okay, still 100 days left on that. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay, so probably can't afford the tooling though. Also can't afford isogrid structure. So yeah, we we need to keep waiting and getting money. That's interesting. Why don't they have... Oh. Yeah. Why is that? That's wrong. That's very, very wrong. They're not getting the increase. Okay, so they're supposed to cost way more in maintenance than they are. Okay. Do I have the money to start building a Thor? Let's see.
Hey there.
Hello.
I was muted for a bit. Was Pap here?
Nope. No, I didn't start until midnight, so that's probably after when he was awake.
Yeah, no worries.
Which is a shame, because we talk about that stuff. But there will be other times.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be.
Just needs to get shrunk. And there we go. Now, air to stirring. Um, so what do I want to do to make this a development missile? So first, let me just save this, and now I can mess with it. Select nose. Let's see. Okay, those aren't that relevant. No. Oh, Squirrel, you hadn't tooled stuff? That would explain so much. Yeah, 128 days sounds about right. Let's see. So this is annoying. What I really wanted was a longer nose piece than that. But it looks like that's as good as it's going to get for nose pieces.
Did something change about avionics? Why would you not tool in avionics?
I have no idea. And why would you? Yeah, why would? So first of all, up until I made a change about a month ago, it was always correct to tool avionics, like
Yeah, exactly.
definitionally. After that change, it was occasionally not correct. Yes, about a month ago, the change was make tooling way more expensive and make you have to think about whether to tool it or not. Before, the answer was always tool.
Like avionics tooling more expensive? Avionics tooling was already pretty expensive.
No, avionics tooling was super cheap before. Yeah, now it's actually expensive.
I mean, it was cheap for science cores, but not for the other.
Yeah, it was. Like, so tooling this avionics before my change would have been like about 3 million funds, and the untooled cost would have been like 1 million funds. Sorry, a couple million funds, or something like that. Because remember, the untooled
Yeah.
cost was the just the sum of the tooling cost and the tooled cost. And now it obeys the usual tooling rules, where the tooling cost is considerably higher.
Yeah, but 3 million funds to tool something felt like a significant cost.
That was about the same price as tooling the stringers.
Yeah, but the stringers were more reusable and once you tooled a diameter, whereas the avionics always had to be retooled if you're futzing with your rocket. I mean, you can get more use out of the stringers, and also the stringers pass their tooling down to the next tank upgrade to some extent.
Yeah, but then like, why did we have avionics tooling ever under the old
Oh yeah,
system?
that part I thought it was silly. Like, but what I was questioning was should the untooled version gotten more, sorry, should the tooling have gotten more expensive, or should the untooled version have gotten cheaper?
Um,
Either would have created the scenario where there's
yes,
occasionally
but
overuse.
I think it's fair that setting up a production line to make avionics is now a reasonable investment. Um, like if you're making a one-off probe, sometimes you don't want to tool it, and like yes, it's expensive because it's a one-off probe. Like I certainly wouldn't have lowered the untooled cost.
So you're saying like the untooled cost for, say, a 60-ton rocket or whatever, which is 3 million tons, is
It's like 2.6.
okay.
It's actually less
Is
than that. It's more like 2.4 because this is 69 tons.
should be as expensive as an X-15 cockpit. That just doesn't line up to me.
Yeah, it's about 2/3 the price of the cockpit. And yeah, that probably doesn't line up. But that's like bespoke stuff. That's not the tooled cost.
So I kind of disagree still, because I think that avionics was often pretty bespoke anyway, even if you had a quote-unquote manufacturing line. Like, like they talk about how the Apollo computers were incredibly bespoke, right? And there was a manufacturing line for those, but it still was, like it was, a bunch of women stringing copper rings onto wires or something like that. So it wasn't like there was this incredible machinery set up to do it.
Yeah, but like that's still different from JPL built this probe and it's a one-off.
Yeah, sorry, I still disagree. I think that most of those a lot of probes ended up being one-offs. Not quite, the early era stuff, but definitely during the later era. And the numbers you've kind of cited here sound like you would never. The probes are now so expensive you wouldn't even consider not tooling avionics, even if there was a tooled, advantage, like
But
potential advantage. Like that sounds really expensive. In other words, to me, but that sounds like, yeah.
I mean, it's less than the untooled cost used to be.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was the same.
No, what I'm saying is that I think I made it lower. Um,
Okay, then that's,
I can't remember what the heck I did at this point. But yeah, the aim was to. Oh hey N9, um, and hello Raiders. Hey Rono.
yeah.
Um, I think
Sorry,
it was lowered slightly, but like the tooling cost itself is considerably higher. Because before, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at exactly what my commit did because it's been a while. But yeah, it may be that it's expensive. But like it doesn't seem to me like it's out of so comparing it to the tank. Uh, the tooled avionics is cheaper than the tooled tank. The untooled avionics by it's like 15% cheaper the untooled avionics are half the price of the untooled tank. So the multiplier is considerably lower. And then the tooling cost is about a third of the cost of the tooling the tank.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. I guess the numbers I remember, and the fact that you said that you just made the untooled version and the tooling cost. Sorry, you made the tooling cost higher. Was the thing that surprised me. But if it went in a different direction, that's fine.
Yeah, I think it also may be that our X15 parts are just way too cheap. That's also plausible. I don't actually recall whether they're based on anything real.
It seems reasonable for the X15 to be, 5 times cheaper than the Apollo capsule. Or is it? Or forget it. The Apollo capsule is 25 or 15? 25 probably.
Probably 25, yeah.
Yeah, so still seems reasonable for it to be 8 times cheaper than the Apollo capsule.
Yeah. Oh, and Alex, that's a good point, because we do have an entry cost for the avionics in a way that we don't for the tank. And it is already the case that avionics tooling cares very little about sizing and much more about the tonnage you're tooling for. So what this is, I'm in the process of trying to, like, what I want is a nice gentle long extension here, but I don't want to make it out of 2 proc tanks. So I guess I have to like get the update to our tanks that lets you v-scale this. Because like I just don't want a straight 8 yet. It makes it very, very stumpy. This is basically Thor Able. And I'm going to later remove Able, so it's just a development version of Thor, so I can get data on the engines. Yeah. I wonder if I should just make it with a proc tank. Isogrid proc tank. Let's see. So there's my backup, and there's that, and there's that, and there's the retros, which we don't even need because this is just the development missile. Let's get the decals, and then kill this, and where's my tank? And this needs to be a smooth cone. What diameter is this? 9 point. 914. Okay. Bottom is 2.438. And have you messed around with these curve things at all? Because I have not, and I don't actually know how to use them.
I have never messed around with the curve things. But then again, I'm also less worried about using more than one tank for a thing, so never really had the need. What are you trying to do here?
Broadly replicate Thor. There. Gotcha. Maybe. Yes. Score. Except. All right, let's make it nice and long. And then this needs to get non-wasted. Okay. So this sort of worked.
I assume that shroud up there is going away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's becoming small. Okay, that looks basically correct. Night, Rono. Beastie, no, I certainly don't change the density of the fairings. That's basically something that we shouldn't support. Okay, still needs some avionics. You go there. You go there. You go there. Oh, shoot. I need the verniers. Nope, not that. There we are. Okay. I guess this can afford to go up some. Okay. Now, where did I put the decals? They gotta be around here somewhere. Yeah, I don't see them. That's weird. There, okay, there they are. What config is this? S3D, I assume? Oh no, it is actually in S3 config. We'll start here and underfill it. That's fairly hilarious that we have the same burn times on both stages. Okay, this needs to become a lot longer. Okay.
I think I'm going to bail a little bit earlier than usual. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, that's looking decent. And, oh, I get to choose a color, don't I? There we are. That's cool. Sure, we'll go with that. Why not? Okay, and do I have avionics for that? Yes, I do. Cool. Yeah, I've basically only ever used the RO tanks in the last couple of years, or a year. So I haven't played around with the new textures for the proc tanks. That's cool. That's basically the same length of tank as the other one. Um, okay, I guess I need to modify that launch complex to be able to fit this. Okay. Let's edit this tower. Bring that one down. Have that one hit the avionics. And do that. Okay. Cool. So now we need to make a booster development version of this thing. So, cheapest possible science core. And nose cone. Okay. $49 tons. So close. So very, very close. And we'll switch to that. Let's sim it and see how it works. That looks fine. All that looks fine. That looks fine. Why are they way the heck down there? It's random. Let's try again. Why is it not releasing the clamps? That was very strange. Also, why is guidance doing dumb things? I guess because it can't solve the problem, so it's okay. Oh, yes, that should be stage 0. Thank you. Thank you so much. What a great first chat. Super helpful. Thanks, Randy. Okay, seems fine. And also realized why this looks so weird. It's because this texture is supposed to be only in the first section of the tank and not the conic section. But anyway, it works. It's all good. Now I get to modify the pad. Okay, very cheap renovation. Uh-oh. Great, that's also throwing. Okay, well, I guess that's a signal that it's time for me to stop. So I'll figure out what the heck is wrong with the KCT on that. And I will catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Night.